Back in 2023, Bud Light faced a major boycott after partnering with Dylan Mulvaney. Now, the company apparently took notes because they've since hired comedian Shane Gillis to star in one of their commercials.
All you have to do is confess.
All right, I'll go first. Grease the wheels a little.
What? No.
I confess that I practice my halftime speeches in the shower before games.
So, Peterson, on the male spectrum, you cannot get further from a Dylan Mulvaney to a Shane Gillis.
Yeah, so you went from a transvestite to a canceled red estate-coated comedian who's made a ferocious comeback and is incredibly popular. I think the messaging couldn't be clearer, and that's what this article at theblaze.com is pointing out. It's very obvious, it's transparent in a way, right, what they're doing, and they're trying to say, no, we're not moving in that direction anymore. As the article says, you remember the advertising executive at the time, we had to get away from the fratty culture.
That's right.
Of Bud Light.
That's right.
To advertise to, I don't know, the many fans of Dylan Mulvaney, you know.
The tens of fans of Dylan Mulvaney out there instead of the hundreds of thousands of Americans that previously bought your product.
Yeah.
That's the way they went. So is this going to be a signal towards the end of woke marketing?
So, you know, you have people saying that. I'm very suspicious of all of this because I think that what people need to realize is that a lot of times when, you know, the right sort of says, oh, the wokeness is going away, and there's reason to think it is. I mean, there is real pushback, especially legally right now. So a lot of companies realize they could be in legal trouble if they keep this up because of some of the good things the courts have been doing. But don't trust this. I mean, don't think these are victories because, say with Bud Light, I don't know right now whether or not if I go to their website or I reach inside the company, right, and call a friend, if they've really changed much at all. And what these companies have done for decades is subvert their brands and therefore America's image by they know the market, right? By presenting themselves as yes, we're on your side, America, and then around the edges they start to nip it, right? All this stuff. And Dylan Mulvaney was a bridge too far. It was a natural reaction. It wasn't really a boycott. It was people just saying, "To hell with this! Like you've ruined my brand." So that was great, and this is a great sign. It's what you want to see, but I think you have to trust but verify here. You really have to do your homework, and we'll do the homework for you at Blaze and at Align. To look into whether Bud Light has really made a change.
Yeah, and it is. It's all the red, white, and blue marketing, the Americana. I mean, it's right there on just the packaging for Bud and Bud Light. That you see it right there. That they're trying to just say, oh, you know, it's America from the beginning.
Right.
But that's not who they are anymore.
Yeah. So don't you think, like, say the NFL is like this, right? The NFL knows that they know intuitively what they're supposed to be or what they used to be, and they got scared of being called bad names. And they think it's very progressive to push all this sort of stuff. So you have, the NFL is gay ad from the NFL. And you're just like, why are we talking about sexuality? Like, what is going on here, right? And they push this. I mean, many of the teams, they fund all this kind of woke, crazy stuff. And they do that quietly, but they slowly present it, right, to normalize it using their brand position. That's what's so insidious about this. And that's why I say you just can't trust them.
When you look at kind of the theme of today's episode, there is kind of a through line in the pushing back against just the wokeness and getting red states to be redder and standing up for what we know could happen, right? They're simple steps. Mm-hmm. They might not be the easiest ones, but they are also not like, the hardest things that we've ever done. We just have to start standing up.
Yeah, so I think that the theme, it's funny how it worked out in this show really is, it is simple steps, but they're things that we've been complacent about, people have been complacent about, and it's like, have you really done the deal? Right, that's nice. You have Shane Gillis on. We like that, and you've rejected some craziness and showing that to us. But have you really changed as a company? What else are you hiding from me? I don't know. I want to know, and I need to know now as a consumer before I start making those choices with my dollars, so that I'm not held hostage by woke capital. Some of these companies are giving, millions and millions of dollars to people who, frankly, hate us and everything we believe in, oddly, right? It's like, I don't hate you, but so you got to trust but verify. So that's doing the work. What we heard from Horowitz was the same thing, so important. You have to, in red states, hold these people accountable. It doesn't matter what's going on nationally. If in your own state you're bringing in illegal immigrants under the cover, again, just like the advertisers, right? Under the cover of, oh, I'm a Republican and here I am with barbecue and hunting and whatever. And also, we're going to let these illegals in because that's what Jesus will want us to do. Like, excuse me, what?
Yeah, in the reddest states in America, this is happening in right now. And just the importance of Daniel when he was talking about the state freedom caucuses that are popping up. And I know that I used to live in the state of Tennessee, and they had tried to come in there, and they said, oh, you have a supermajority. You are nowhere close to even being a little hub for a state freedom caucus. You have so much work left to do. And it's so upsetting when you see a state that you would think is super red. And again, like we have a Ron DeSantis. He exists in America. All the red governors just go follow what he's doing. And Greg Abbott does that to an extent.
Right.
He started being pulled over to the right by what DeSantis was doing. But there's still so many more huge wins.
Yeah.
That could be had right now.
They have to be pushed. Like they're not going to do it themselves. They're cowards. They have to be pushed, and that means forget about the Californians are moving to my state or it's all the people. No. In Texas, for instance, Republicans are in charge of the trustees and who are in charge of the school. So don't tell me that someone from out of state is causing the University of Texas, to be a bunch of libs. That's on you. And all we have to do is hold them accountable. What Daniel said that was really interesting, really important, and something that we need to do more of is shame these people with the power of media. And you all out there can do that too. We're going to do that together. We just shame these people and say, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? And a lot of them will fold like a cheap suit.
Well, and with the Florida 4 stuff, like finally we got some of the congressmen to come out and actually say that they were going to vote no against it. And then Donald Trump came out and gave them the cover and said, I'm going to vote no as well. I want to see more from that, right? Like this is a really easy, simple solution that, okay, we can't put this into the Constitution in the state of Florida.
Yeah, and by the way, the DeSantis example should be, this is how you win.
Yes.
You'll win by 20 points. Because over and over again, you'll hear from the moderates, oh no, we couldn't do this because people think differently and we all need it. DeSantis won by 20 points. That is the lesson they don't want to learn, and we need to force them to learn as we move forward. And we will.
And we will. And it's the start of NFL season tonight. And are your Bills going to have a chance this season?
Of course, more than a chance. We have Josh Allen. There's always more than a chance with Josh.
I'll be cheering for them. Don't worry. I'll join your bandwagon for this season because I only cheer for my friends now. I've given up on NFL teams as a whole. I only care about the Iowa Hawkeyes. That's it.